3 years ago, on this very day, a manga unlike anything we've seen over the last few years crashed into the scene, bringing something I always deemed as the it factor, along with insane world building and some of the most unique art in modern shonen. That manga is Gachiakuta. What's going on, everybody? DomoSenpai here, and today we're here to celebrate the 3rd anniversary of Gachiakuta being serialized. If y'all are new to the channel and have yet to subscribe, man, make sure y'all go down below, hit the link in the description or the red subscribe button. Support your boy on his quest to 10,000 subscribers. We have a lot of things we need to get done, and hitting that milestone is one of the keys to success that I'm aiming for. And like I've said before, once we knock that out, the floor is open for even more things to happen. My third eye opens, and I start seeing millions of different realities like Doctor Strange or some shit. Make sure to share this video with everyone that y'all know that loves Gachiakuta. And with all of that out of the way, let's jump into the video. Back in 2022, much like many others, Gachiakuta instantly caught my attention with its bold yet grungy aesthetic and unique premise. Created by somebody that I consider to be extremely talented, the great Kei Urana, whom was a former assistant to another GOAT, Atsushi Okubo, the creator of Soul Eater and Fire Force, it felt like a breath of fresh air was sent into the world of battle shonen. If y'all want me to be honest though, it felt like everything was trying too hard to be what was hot at the time. Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, and many others. It felt as if everything that was coming out at that current time wasn't trying to be its own thing and just take directly from them. And for me, Gachiakuta changed that mindset immediately. As much as I want to get into the story of Gachi, can we talk about the art? The art style is sharp and chaotic, yet strikingly beautiful. The world, dark, dank, and mysterious, filled with things unlike anything we've seen before in recent shonen. And I always have to make sure I say that because a lot of people will always try to tie it into like, bro, what about this from 2018? Or bro, what about this from 2015? And it's like, no, I'm talking about this recent crop from when Gachiakuta dropped. I always got to make sure I put that in there, but that is a side note. And let's not forget that chapter 1 cliffhanger, Rudo being thrown down into the abyss, was the perfect hook to keep us interested. So what continues to make Gachiakuta stand out even 3 years into its serialization? Like I said earlier, first we'll kick it off with the art. Kei Urana's style is incredibly dynamic, and with the accompaniment of Hideyoshi Ando's graffiti, it gives us action sequences that feel visceral and raw, character moments that break the typical norm for battle shonen, and location shots that leave you speechless. It's so many of those, bro. I love how they draw locales in this manga. It's really beautiful. And then like the spreads, we ain't even got to talk about the spreads like that because I've made threads on Twitter that go over that very thing. And then there's the world building, the divide between the pure and cleanliness of the sphere and the trash-ridden ground, which mirror themes of class disparity and survival. But above all, it's the characters, man. Rudo is quite the unconventional shonen protagonist. He's not just fighting for power, he's fighting for justice, for redemption, and for the people cast aside by society. Once you get to know Gachiakuta and the morals and themes behind its story, you'll really get to understand why Rudo is the way he is. And of course, right, we can't talk about Gachiakuta without mentioning the rest of the cast. Engine, Zanka, Ryo, and the rest of the gang who continue to not only be excellent side characters, but continue to bolster our protagonists and the story to better heights. But for me, it's the overall story. Gachiakuta continues to impress me, man. Not only creating a moving story that continues to get better, but Urana-sensei does not forget the details, always bringing back things that were mentioned ages ago to enhance scenes that could have survived on their own, making the characters feel more alive, making side characters feel like main characters at times. It is one of the most fascinating stories on the market currently, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention it last because you know how I always do, bro. Save the best for last. Now, we gotta talk about some of the biggest moments that have transpired over the last 3 years. From Rudo unlocking the potential of his Jinki, the 3 R's, to some of the most emotionally intense battles we've seen. There is no shortage of hype. Who could forget Rudo's first major fight being with Jabber, who is still a fan favorite till this day? Or the shocking revelation about his ancestry. And let's be real, bro, the introduction of new Jinki users or givers, i.e. follow, has constantly raised the stakes. keeping us on the edge of our seats. Quick side note though, what have been your favorite moments in Gachiakuta so far? Make sure to let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, Gachiakuta has had so many moments that it's hard to keep track of. But if I had to pick one moment that really left a lasting impression on me, it would 100% be chapter 87, where it was revealed that Ruto was the descendant of Canis Sherbrit. That single-handedly changed the scope of the entire manga at that point, in my opinion at least. It was so pivotal that there's elements that are still relevant to this day. That moment spawned so many different theories that I had to dedicate an entire week to rereading the manga, looking for clues that were left by Urana Sensei that we should have picked up on earlier. And another moment I would like to bring up, but before I go any further, from here on out, this will be Omega spoiler territory. So spoiler alert, and I'll make sure in post, right, when I'm editing, to write what timestamp to skip to. So if you haven't read this far or are only looking forward to the anime, you've been warned. The reveal of Tomzi being the angel and killing Recto may have also changed the entire landscape of Gachiakuta as well. I've mentioned that on several occasions. It was so polarizing that it split the community down the line. You had those of us that completely loved it, and those of us who thought it was random and didn't make sense and completely hated it. And then you take that all into account and you go and reread the series, and my God, was it in our faces the whole time and we didn't notice it. That is when you know a story is amazing, that you're so locked into what is happening that you completely miss a lot of the tiny details. All right, now I can pull us out of spoiler mode. Those of y'all that skipped to this point, welcome back and allow me to continue. Another thing that makes Gachiakuta special is the community behind it. While there are quite a few bad apples sprinkled throughout it, don't let that distract you from one of the strongest communities we have. Over the past 3 years, we've seen incredible fan art from passionate artists whom I've gotten to know over the last 3 years, and it's been really fun. So I'll be sprinkling a lot of their art through. I'll also leave links in the descriptions to their Twitters and stuff like that so y'all can go check them out. I always got to give credit where credit is due. That is also something that we used to do early on when I was covering Gachiakuta. Like in the beginning, there was always like colorings and stuff, so I would always make sure to have like an artist spotlight at the end of the video so people could see what's going on. We've also had passionate discussions, right? Ones on Twitter that would erupt into straight up like arguments, and we could eventually piece those up over time. And then there's even cosplays that bring these characters to life. The support for this series is real, man, and it's only growing stronger as the days go by. And with the anime right on the horizon coming out this year, bro, there could literally be no better time than now to be a Gachiakuta fan. With all of the efforts from the community, including my own, I feel like we've created a pretty good foundation for an anime to build on. And that brings me to my next point, which is, what is next for Gachiakuta? Where does it go from here? With the recent developments in the manga, we know the story is going to get even crazier, which is crazy in itself. The Doll Festival is setting itself up to potentially be one of the dankest and darkest arcs in the series. New enemies, deeper lore, and possibly some of the most intense battles yet. And like I said earlier, man, with the anime coming out this year, Gachiakuta is going to potentially reach a whole new level of hype. Will the adaptation do justice to the manga's insane art? We'll just have to wait and see, man. But based on the illustration we have, I do think that the potential is there. I never even got into what the series has done for me as a whole, but that could probably be saved for another video. But I will say, Gachiakuta is the reason I'm able to do what I'm doing now. It helped me realize my dreams and chase them. It opened up a lane for me to be something that I didn't think was possible, but now seeing the fruits of my labor are possible. But like I said, I'll probably save that for another video. Anyway, 3 years in and Gachi is still going strong. It's evolved, surprised us in many ways, and has given us some unforgettable moments. Whether you've been here since chapter 1 or you've just discovered this series from this video, now is the perfect time to celebrate everything that makes this manga great. But that's about it for this video, man. Thank you guys for not only supporting Gachiakuta the way y'all all do, but supporting me as well. If y'all are new to the channel and have yet to subscribe, make sure y'all go down below and hit that big ass red subscribe button. Y'all see that subscribe, if you haven't subscribed yet, glows? I always think that that's pretty cool. We're closing in on 10,000 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. Less than 500, and we've achieved a dream of mine that started ages ago. We're also in dire need of assistance since my graphics card is starting to artifact and whatnot, which means it's on its deathbed. Granted, it's been like this for a while now, but We need to get a new one as soon as possible. Overall, we really need a new PC in general, so if y'all would like to help out, the PayPal link is in the description. I don't really ever ask for much, but this would definitely help me in regards to editing and streaming and whatnot. But I'm gonna get out of here and edit this video. Y'all enjoy y'all morning, afternoon, and nights wherever y'all are. I'm DomoSenpai, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Happy 3rd anniversary, Gachiakuta.